In a narrow lane lined with lamplight, a small shop ticked. Literally. The sign above the door read Roth and Son, Clockmakers, though there was no son, only Mr. Roth, a lean man with silver hair, and Mira, his apprentice. The shop smelled of oil and brass and the quiet pride of things made well. Mira had clever fingers and a mind that loved beginnings, starting a mantel clock, opening a pocket watch, arranging gear trains like constellations, but she struggled with patience. She rushed end screws, forgot the final polish, left spring housings a hair too tight. Good enough, she would say, closing a backplate. Good enough, Mr. Roth echoed, is the seed of not again. One winter morning, a nobleman arrived carrying a broken astronomical clock, an heirloom that tracked moon phases and tides, gifted to his great-grandmother. Its face was cracked, its calendar hand limp. He needed it ready for a New Year's gathering 7 days hence. Mr. Roth agreed, then turned to Mira. You'll lead, he said. Her eyes lit. I won't fail. He nodded once. And remember, a clock doesn't obey hurry. It obeys truth. They opened the clock together. Inside lay a forest of wheels, jeweled pivots, tiny screws like seeds. Myra cleaned plates, cataloged teeth counts, drew diagrams. The first day sang. The second day hummed. On the third, the tide wheel refused to sync with the lunar wheel. Myra tested alignments, muttered, close enough, and nudged a spacer. The gears seemed to accept it. On the fourth, the moon disk jammed. She filed a burr, reassembled, then left a smear of oil to save time. Mr. Roth watched in silence. On the fifth morning, when she tried a full wind, the minute hand shuddered and jumped ahead 2 marks, then stuck. Her throat tightened. It's fine, she whispered to herself. It will settle. Mr. Roth turned the key once. The clock hissed, coughed, and died. He let the silence stand. Myra's pride drained out her fingers. I rushed, she admitted. I wanted the applause more than the accuracy. Mr. Roth opened a drawer and took out a small, scarred pocket watch. My father's first repair, he said. He kept it broken on purpose for humility. When we hurry, time pushes back. He handed it to Mira. Start again. This time, you'll keep a logbook, every step written, every error named, every fix explained as if your future self were your apprentice. Mira swallowed and began anew. She dismantled the clock completely, grouped parts in labeled trays, degreased every wheel, checked the arbor diameters, dressed pivots on a stone, jeweled the worn holes. Each night she wrote in the log. Hour 6. Recentered tide idler to correct 2 drift. Lesson. Alignment is generosity, letting one wheel help another. The writing slowed her hands but sharpened her mind. On the 6th night, snow fell. Lamps burned low. Myra reassembled the calendar plate, then paused at the spacer she had once nudged. She measured. She breathed. Not close enough, she said aloud and fabricated a new spacer to exactness. When she wound the mainspring, the clock exhaled a delicate even heartbeat, like calm surf. The 7th morning, the nobleman returned. Mr. Roth gestured to Mira. She set the time, pulled the tide lever, rotated the moon phase. The hands moved clean. Sure, sweet. The nobleman smiled, then set a purse on the bench and, unexpectedly, bowed. You've restored more than a clock, he said. You've restored a memory. After he left, Myra held her logbook, hands oily, eyes bright. I thought discipline would take the joy. It makes it deeper. Mr. Roth pointed to the sign, Roth and Son. He took a brush and quietly painted an ampersand, followed by Apprentice. Sons inherit, apprentices become, he said. Years later, travelers told of a small shop where clocks not only kept time, they kept promises. People said the apprentice, now a master, taught every student to write a logbook before they learned to wind a spring. In the end, her greatest heirloom was not a clock but a sentence. Discipline is love written in the margins. Moral. Excellence isn't an act of talent but a habit of truth, tiny honest steps, done again and again.